Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is the Progressive Mind Show. Please bear with us. We are going to be starting the show soon. We want to make sure that we have everything cleared out so we can begin today's episode. Well, welcome again, and we are live. Today is Father's Day, June 20, 2021. It is a special day. First Father's Day coming from COVID. Man, it is very exciting. So anytime you see me in this type of regalia, it must be a special day. I only wear them on special days. So I am very excited that we're going to be celebrating fathers across the globe. These special fathers, as our guests, are going to be helping us to go into some of the fine details of being a father. And we'll look at and we'll have a conversation also about the challenges, the opportunities, and whatnot. Please remember to share the feed if you're on Facebook and on YouTube. This episode is going to be interesting, very, very educative, I believe, and I indulge you to share the feed and be participant as we do this. Once again, you're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show. We shall be right back after this short break. But before that, I want to congratulate again all those who play father figures, father roles in people's lives as well. We shall be right back. Well, welcome back again, and good afternoon, everyone. Today, as we said,
good afternoon.
Yes, no. Today is, as we said, is a special day for all fathers in our lives, and we shall be coming to go into our guests very soon. Again, good afternoon, everyone, and a special welcome and happy Father's Day wishes to all dads out there. Today we are celebrating fathers, and we'll be discussing the difficult, the different responsibilities, opportunities, and challenges that fatherhood entails. Fatherhood is no easy task, and no one truly understands the joys and difficulties until they actually become a father. Starting from a moment of conception, fathers play a vital role in the lives of their children. During pregnancy, a father to be shares a responsibility of parenthood, including preparation, planning, learning before the baby comes, as well as supporting the partner's mental and physical well-being. Fatherhood can bring plenty of joy and opportunities. It is not without its challenges, although fathers who work often struggle to find time to be with their children. The financial needs of supporting a family, the child, and whatnot are so enormous. Only fathers can tell us the details of it. This afternoon, we are pleased to be talking to great gentlemen who will be sharing their stories with us. Fatherhood is defined as the male parent of a child. Besides the parental bonds of a father to his children, the father may have a parental, legal, and social relationship with a child that carries with it certain rights and obligations. All we are saying is that it is not the causer of the pregnancy, or it's not the one who causes pregnancy to have a child. The only one that can be titled a father. Father can be looked as a noun and a verb. And so let's try and get to our guest this afternoon, who will be helping us understand what fatherhood is in their own perspectives. Again, you're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show. No, today we don't have ladies. So gentlemen, we have ERNEST, DARKWA, ERNEST KWESI, ADDAE, DARKWA. If I got it right. Now let me put the names up so that I'm not butchering anyone's name, and I can't butcher this one because this is an old buddy of mine. Kanto is what we all call him. If you're on the show and you see this man, one nickname you associate with him is Ras Kanto. Kanto, my friend ERNEST DARKWA, you are welcome to the Progressive Mind Show.
Thank you very much, Alenko. We go way back.
We go way back. Also on this bill today is Victor. Victor, you're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show.
Thank you very much.
And then on the bill also we have Kofi MARFO. Kofi MARFO, welcome.
Thank you.
And then we have Eddie Sanders. Eddie Sanders, a brother here in Chicago. Brother, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure, man. I'll just go ahead and display the names in a little bit so everyone can get to know, can get to see the names. And I must say that ERNEST KWESI ADDAE DARKWA resides in the UK. He is ONG EPC project engineer specialist. Eddie Sanders Jr. I know is an elder at ANWA Church here in Chicago, one of the fastest growing, I'll say, urban millennial church. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother. We were supposed to have a brother from Ghana, KAFUI, there. He's a TV presenter. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten him yet. Hopefully, he can join us before the show ends. Kofi MARFO is an entrepreneur here in Chicago. Brothers, men, gentlemen, I would like you all to tell us a little bit about your conception or your definition when you hear the word father. What does that mean to you? I'll start with Eddie Sanders.
I'll take that. It has a different meaning for everyone. I'll speak for me. I didn't grow up with a father, so it has a different meaning for me. From my perspective, it is someone that's present, someone that takes care of their responsibilities, someone who plays a role in raising a child or children. So it has a different context and meaning for me, and you learn this along the way, especially when it is absent from your life.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. How about you, Victor?
Similar to Eddie, I grew up without a father as well, and I think you hit a couple of big points there. I think someone who's present, who's there and got your back and looking out for your best interest, even though you don't know what they are, you're a child, and someone who can support you. I think that's kind of where I am right now. I'm a relatively new father.
My brother, Kofi MARFO, what does the word father means to you personally?
Well, if I'm to define it just as one.
We're having issues with the audio. I think it's breaking up. Can you take it again?
Oh, okay. Like I've said, the other brothers that had fatherhood, we all define it in. So I would say that as a father is of child. But I'm sorry to hear my two brothers that they did not grow up with a father. But you could be assured that you have a father who had.
Okay, I think you're making very, very valuable points, but you're going in and out, Kofi. It must be it probably is the network. Let's hear from Kofi. Let's hear from ERNEST DARKWA, and then we can try and come back to you. Okay, Kofi, please bear with us.
Okay. Right. So for me, I mean, Daddy was around, when I was born, and therefore, for me, the fatherhood figure is a journey from learning the ropes actually of life. So the fatherhood figure becomes the leader in the home, giving directions to how the home should be, propped up. So I'm sorry to hear the two brothers didn't grow up with a father, but then the confidence building thing, the nurturing role, kind of is what stood out for some of us, growing up with the father at home. And so therefore I would put them in the three P's, what we call the provider, the protector, and the promoter, So for the father figure, that's how some of us, saw our daddies. And You know, when you go to, let me give you a typical example. In where we grew up, myself and you, Mr. Alinko, and when you go for what we call PTA meetings, Parent Teachers Association meetings,
right,
in elementary school, and your daddy probably is late, you feel sometimes a bit odd, you know. So that father figure helps in confidence boosting at a very tender age. You know, your daddy, you see your daddy as a hero in the house. So that's how we define, or that's how I define what we call fatherhood.
right.
Figure.
No, thank you for breaking it down. So the issue of growing up, growing up with a father, I think a lot of people can resonate with it. I myself, I'm one. But now that we are all grown, I first of all want to begin this show by I wanted to do this from the beginning, but let's take this quick one. This is a special Father's Day gift that was sent to me by my nephew and my nieces. Maybe we.
Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to Uncle Randy and Uncle Santa and Uncle Gabriel and all the men in the world. Happy Father's Day to you.
I thought it was the cutest, man. When I saw the video, I'm like, wow. And they told their auntie that make sure Uncle Santa gets this video. And so I just had to play it before the start, which I forgot, but I wanted to get it in. I will play it again as we go along. But thanks for sharing it. Now, yes, Kanto is right. We go way back. We grew up together as young kids. Man, we have been through a lot together. A lot of stories here. I remember, one time, Kanto, when we grew up in Tema, some of the stories he used to share about. This guy loves food, man. He loves food. He can eat. he came to spend some days with his big brother and his auntie, his big brother's wife and kids, and he would eat all the food in the house. and him and I had a friend, a lady friend, Selinki, right? And she was a good cook. She would always make food, so we always go there to eat. And every time that I make my mind, I'm like, man, today there's nothing at home. I got to go find something. And I make my mind to go visit this lady friend to get some food. By the time I get there, Kanto is already there eating the food that I'm supposed to eat. And then we will share laughs. I mean, we'll laugh about it. So it's lot of history. Kanto, as the show goes on, maybe I'll remember our listeners some of the things that we used to joke about.
Exactly.
But as we continue, guys, let's look at the challenges as fathers. Again, from Victor's point and Eddie, you all grew up, like me. How do you think that by you not having a father, you're growing up without a father, has in any way shaped you to become the father that you are today? Sorry, let me put it has shaped you, but how has it shaped you to becoming the father that you are today? I'll start with Victor, and then we can go around.
Sure. So I was by my mom, but I also bounced around many cities. Like this is my 4th country. And, you kind of just feel alone, right? You kind of make friends along the way, but you're missing that, like Eddie said, or I'm sorry, not Eddie. You miss the protector, right? So you kind of go get it yourself, but you don't come across that skill for a very long time, right? So you get yourself into positions that are not maybe great for you. You don't have that person that's looking out for you, creating something for you, building some sort of infrastructure for you to just kind of flow through, explain things to you. Like all these things they're missing. So as I was growing up, right, you see it in other places, right, and you wish for all of this.
Wow.
I have many moments. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. many moments where you kind of just, you're sad. I mean, it's sad. There's no other way to say it, right? You're missing this piece. And I think that as a relatively new father, I am two and a half. I think that my biggest thing is I need to be present all the time with her. Not just present, here we are in the same space, but present, be there with her, spend the time with her, do things with her, sit on the floor and let's play Legos, right? Like all these things. So I think it gives me that kind of a perspective of I didn't have this, I wished for it, and now I know the little pitfalls, so to speak, that I watch out for, and catch myself.
Right.
Like, so I think I can elaborate more, but I'll kind of stop here.
I'll let you elaborate, and I'll let you all talk about your families too. Okay, I just wanted to, because it's hard, it's a lot to talk about, and I just wanted us to get right into it. But we'll play the reverse and have you tell us about your family structure and all that. Eddie, again, you like me have been through that, but I know you are a better father to your family and to your children. How did the man who was not there help you to become a good father, even though he didn't set a good example to you? I think that we have you muted. Please go ahead now.
Go ahead. Okay. Yeah. I think it's like twofold when it in regards to that. And I say this because initially, as you become a new father, you're just trying to do all the things opposite of what your father or parent did not do. You're just trying to make sure, okay, food on the table, make sure you're there, make sure you're impacting, make sure you're showing up and things like that. And that's all well and good. But if you actually study the origin of father, the actual word, the origin of father, you'll find out that the context is so much bigger there.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you find out that the context of fatherhood is so much bigger. So in me, I got by for a time just wanting to do the opposite of what my father did and did not do. But then as I went along and I actually studied, made myself relevant and relational to the actual origin of father, which is a biblical term, whether you're a believer or not, it's a biblical term. And it has a different meaning and context of what the father looks like and what the father sounds like. So I am much better from that perspective. I did a good job of doing the opposite, which is all the things that I wanted in life that I did not have, that I did not receive from my father. At the same time, it's not necessary the things and tools that you need to father your children to be the best versions of themselves and to have all of the capabilities and abilities unlocked within them that's already set in them to be opened up, to be revealed so that they can be a better version of the next generation, which is to come after you. So I can expound more on that, but to answer your question, I'll give you that.
Thank you so much for breaking it down the way you did. That was very powerful. KOFI MARFO, can you hear us good now? Let me see here. 1 second. I think we're having a little bit of issue. Can you still hear us?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, so before I let Kanto respond to this, because I want you all to respond to it quickly. Now, Kanto, you had a different situation. And so you might want to tell us, you give a good example of how your father's presence at a PTA meeting helps your confidence as a child, as a young man growing. What else did what other example did he set for you that has stayed with you till date? If you can make it quick for us so we can take KOFI's point too. Go ahead, and Kanto. Because for the purposes of the show, I'll be flipping from Ernest to Kanto. Okay, so no problem. Okay, if you all hear Kanto, he's cool with
The
it.
same
Kanto is his
person.
nickname. Actually, he prefers Kanto, so we're going to use Kanto.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, so let me just go straight into it. So there is this military psychology that I think my daddy played on us because we're boys.
Right.
And this is where your daddy keeps telling you that you are the best, that there is nobody who is smarter than you. You are at the sharp end intellectually in all ability. What this does to you is, even when the going is tough, and this is, I mean, you will bear with me this witness is that when we're writing our A levels, things were quite tough. Okay, we went through like First World War and everything, but for me, the remembrance, the message that the daddy had pumped in there, that you are smart, that you are good, and you can still do it, kept me going. I quite remember when I was trying to, get through those difficult times. A friend of mine.
Okay, so this is where we have the little glitch. I think we lost him. We will try and get him back here.
Of that, because
okay.
he went.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think you're back on. We do have KAFUI there. KAFUI there. You look like you are in a mining zone, like you're mining some gold or something.
Yeah, this is just Dansuman in Accra.
Okay.
I'm sitting on my porch, and there's like some plants behind me. So yeah.
Okay.
But
cool.
it's all good.
Excellent. Are you able to switch? I don't know if you have the rotate or the clockwise thing on your phone, depending on your. I don't know if you have an iPhone or Galaxy, but you should see that clockwise thing because I want you to switch your phone clockwise. I mean sideways for me. Okay.
Okay.
That would be.
Let's.
But you have.
Let's see.
You have to do the
So
clockwise
probably.
thing. Yeah.
Probably you want me. Probably I'll have to jump on using my laptop or something. I don't know.
If you
But let
can.
me see.
If you can, but if you can flip this too to make it clockwise. But Kanto, go ahead with your submission. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Kanto. Kanto, can you hear us? I think that Ernest is having a challenge in hearing us. Okay. Let's hear from. I think Ernest cannot hear us. That is unfortunate. KOFI, can you hear us?
I could hear you. Yeah.
Okay, KOFI, your version of a father being in the life of a son and how it affects that child when they grow up. What role did your father play in your life that has carried you through to be the best father that you can today?
Well, good question. Let me define who is a father to us. And I will define it. The greatest need of a child is the father that have an intervention on the child. So therefore, I will put it just as is it Kanto that had said?
Kanto, yeah.
The fatherhood situation. I'm sorry to use the word, but I sympathize with my fellow brothers that do not have a father at home, because each and every one of us have a father, because a child have to be fathered. Not only the woman that could bring, should be, but unfortunately, some of us, the fathers, or some of our fathers, better out of without.
Yeah. Ernest, hold on a second. Ernest, can you still hear us? Okay, we can. Ernest cannot hear us at all, so we would try and restart Ernest. Let's do this. We'll see if KAFUI, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Did you try the switch it?
No, but I can hear you.
No, I know, but I want you to try flip the phone if you can.
It's not gonna happen. I tried. I was looking up. I was like upside down. Unless I'm looking like this, you know. So
no, that's not what it was.
Yeah.
Are you able to? Are you able to use a laptop? Can you try your laptop? If that
not, means I have to log out and log in. But I'm here. Can you guys see me?
We can see you, but it's for a purpose. That's why I'm trying to get you the way we want it. Hold on one second.
I'd have to log off. I'd have to log off and then come back on.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try the laptop. If it's not working, we would have to do it with your phone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get Kanto. Can you hear us now? Okay, Kanto can hear us. So let's go to Victor. I don't know if you responded. Let's go. Let's take it back. Okay, that way we can try and before we do that, let's take a quick break and try to resolve a few technical issues. Just bear with us. This is the Progressive Mind Show. We shall be right back. We are back live in the studios of Progressive Minds, located right here in the beautiful city of Chicago. My name is Alinko, and we are talking about fatherhood today in celebration of all fathers around the world. Now, we want to zero in on the man of the house. We want to celebrate the man of the house. There is a definition to that. It is the one who gives birth and stays in the life of the child. Is the one who stays at home and makes sure that they are the pillar of the home, even though there's another argument that women are the pillar of the house. There's a man that stays, that makes sure that they are providing and not only providing resources, but providing security, emotional provision, emotional stability, spiritual providence, and making sure that they are leading the way and turning the course for the family. We are celebrating the man that when even times are tough, they wouldn't lose it and leave the family, but stay around. So you might be that one who did not necessarily give birth, produce, it caused the pregnancy, but you were playing that role. And for that, we really applaud you. This show is for you. This show is for men like you. And so let's go to the panel, try to see their family structure. We really want to apologize to our audience for the slight glitch. As you understand, we have people from the UK, from Ghana, and so please bear with us as we try to navigate these challenges on today's episode. But let's talk about your family structure, and I want to start with Eddie Sanders. Feel free to tell about anything that you want us to know about your family structure. Go ahead.
My family structure is, first of all, we place God first. That's my family structure. It is, for me, as it is right now, first I honor my wife, then my children, after God, because that's my foundation. That's my stability. That is my safe space. That is my refuge. He is the reason that I am able to be a father today, because my life, I was living the life that my father lived, and I did not think that I would be, first of all, a married man. Secondly, I thought that I would maybe have children everywhere because I had no structure, no mindset, no real emphasis on family. But as I say, as my life changed because of the grace and the mercy that was afforded to me to become, first of all, a changed man from the streets to actually being a man of one wife, one woman. And then after that, to be able to father 3 loving and beautiful children today. So I have an unconventional route per se, but I know that it's not foreign to a lot of people. Also, I know that there are a lot of people that have also taken this route. It's not spoken to, and it's not it is not looked upon as a way to be directed.
Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story and giving us a structure of your family, what you believe in, what you stand for, and whatnot. Victor, how can you mind telling us a bit about your family structure? Feel free also to share your profession and what you do, what you like to do with the family, all of that with us. Now, again, make it snappy for us because of time.
You got it. Like Eddie, I have first comes my wife. You know, I have married a beautiful woman from Accra, and I visited.
You married a beautiful lady from Ghana.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and you know that this is a Ghanaian platform. You have to pay your dowry to this platform straight up.
I applaud you guys. I love your people, man. Yeah, I've been to Ghana 3 times. Planning to go again this winter. You know, I've lived in several countries and I've never been received in such a beautiful way by anybody. Honestly.
Is that why you decided to marry the Ghanaian lady, because the Ghanaians received you very well?
Big factor, of course, big factor. Very, very nice people. But my wife is my rock. She is, and you know, I asked her to dance at the club.
Wow.
Like,
okay,
that's interesting. That's interesting. And then, you know, the rest is history. You know, I courted her for about 5 years, and then as soon as we got married in Accra, actually, she got pregnant. You know, we went to work.
And he became a father.
Yeah. And I've always, you know, despite kind of my difficult journey, you know, kind of fatherless, always looking for that mentor, always looking for that protector. I always thought of having children as kind of the, kind of like the pinnacle of my love for my wife, if you will. You know, like it's this kind of, we come from these various roads, you know, and we kind of bond, we create this bond. And I think that it's an expression of our bond together. And that's how I always looked at it, right? Kind of very, I wouldn't say realistic, you know, kind of romantic a bit. But that's how I always thought about it. So back to the family structure. So it's my wife and I here in Chicago with our 2.5-year-old daughter. And then my mom also lives about 20-minute drive from here. And she's basically my blood, the only blood that I have. Growing up like a only child. And then my wife comes from a very large, beautiful family with, she's the eldest of 4. ADDAE. And so we actually named our daughter ADDAE, right? Because and we didn't kind of bother with like shifting it to the middle name, and just that's her name. Okay. ADDAE. And then she inherits my last name, which I'm from Russia. And that's
basically, let's say, okay.
Yep.
What does ADDAE means?
The firstborn girl.
Okay.
For that particular generation.
Okay.
For the Ga tribe.
Excellent. For the Ga tribe.
I know you're away. I don't know about everybody else here.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting the relationship that I have with some of the folks on this platform. Victor and I met, and we were playing soccer here in Chicago. We connected, only to find out that my childhood friend, who happens to his wife, you know, was his wife, which I didn't know. We were friends. We were playing soccer, and eventually, I invited him to my church at the time, and he showed up with my childhood friend, you know, and I'm like, wow, you know, and he kept talking about his wife. She's Ghanaian. His wife is Ghanaian, and all of them. I'm like, okay, cool. And then when we finally met, I'm like, wow, this world is a small place. So it's very interesting how God connects, you know, us, you know, after many, many years, who knows? So again, so the little thing that I get from all of this is that be good to everyone, no matter where you are, no matter the time. At any point in your life, you have to be good to people, because you never know where your paths will cross again. We have the almighty, the only TV presenter in Ghana, KAFUI there. Guys, we are privileged to have the privilege to have a superstar on our platform today. He's huge in Africa, huge in Ghana, and he has decided to be humble to honor our invitation to come to the Progressive Minds platform to share his experience as a dad. KAFUI there. You are welcome to the Progressive Mind Show, brother.
It's a pleasure, brother. Hey, hello, happy Father's Day to all of us here.
Excellent.
And I'm glad to be here. When my friend and my former colleague Lako told me about this opportunity, I said, hey, link me after Linko, man. I want to be on the show. Yes, and
we're
so
glad.
I'm glad to have accepted her invitation and through you.
Exactly.
And I'm here. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day to you, bro. Happy Father's Day to you. We were just trying to get the background of everyone. We were looking at the definition of fathers from everyone's perspective. Please take a moment to tell us your own definition of fatherhood and what the role that your father played in your life that has shaped you, if he did, shaped you in the man that you are today.
Yeah, so I was actually looking through my Facebook today for a picture of my dad. And then I came across a letter I wrote to him in 2015. And with your permission, I'll read the letter to you. It's not very long.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so here goes. Dear Dad, I love you. I know people will say I'm remembering you on Father's Day, one day in a year. But Dad, I want you to know that I've always loved you and always wanted to say it, but I couldn't. It was just last month when I visited you and stayed for 3 whole weeks. We chatted less, but discussed more. I always made my point against you. I always thought your ways were different, if not wrong, and sometimes even fought. I told you millions of stories about my work, my friends, my world, the internet, technology, but never spared a few moments to listen to your stories. Stories about your job, your friends, your world. Now that I'm miles away from you, I'm missing you. I miss talking to you, sitting in front of you. There is not a single moment of my life which doesn't remind me of you. My job, my skill, my knowledge, it's all because of you. When people praise me for my work, I may not say it out loud, but I know in my heart that praise is because of you. When I get a promotion, a raise, I know I don't call you as frequently as I call Mom, but I know there's not a single day when you haven't thought of me or asked Mom about me. I know I don't talk with you for long on the phone. Still, whenever we finish talking, you always wish me all the best. Your best wishes have made me what I am today. I know I have embarrassed you many times. I have made you sad many times. I haven't met your expectations many times, but you were still there for me. In my hardest time, whenever I felt weak, I knew you were there holding my hand, telling me to be strong. Thanks for being there whenever I needed you. I know you were always there for me whenever I felt I'm a grown-up boy now. I don't need you. It was your trust and faith in me that made me reach the heights of my career. Thanks for making me what I am today. It wouldn't have been possible without you. You've given me everything. Dad, now that I'm miles away from you, I crave to have those days back where I know I'd see you every morning reading the paper, rushing to the office, calling Mom from work that you've reached safely, having our family dinner every night and our family lunches every Sunday. Dad, I want to be with you again. Now it's my turn to be with you. Now it's my turn to help you with whatever you need, which I know you will never say. But I assure you, Dad, we will be together soon. I'll be back with you. Love you, Dad, your son.
Wow.
And so the significance of this letter is that I wrote this letter 5 months after he passed in 2015. So I was just thinking about everything that had happened in my life before he passed and what he meant to me. And I just wrote this letter and I posted it on Facebook years ago, 2015. And so today I was just scrolling through my messages and I saw this letter and I thought, oh, wow, let me share this one with my children too. So I will, after this show, I'll post it to my children also for them to see what was going through my mind. Yes. Yeah, my dad was a very special guy. And I try to be, as much as I can, the kind of example he set for me and my brothers and the way he treated my mom. And yeah, so it's a big template for me. Yeah.
Big template. Yeah. That is one of the templates that we want to share one and see if we can replicate it. Some of us who want to. And you being the kind of person you are, please let our audience also understand from your own voice. Tell our audience who you are and what you do in Ghana and what you represent.
Right. So I'm a journalist, a broadcaster, and I teach public speaking as well. I work in the university, 2 universities actually. I actually started working yesterday at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. So I teach a course called Journalism and the Arts. And I'm a father now since 2004. So my eldest son is 16, second son is 14, the third son is 11. So it's 3 boys. I come from a family of 4 boys. We actually packed a name down for a girl, and then the girl never came. So I tell everybody the girl is my wife. So that's it. And
go ahead.
So yeah, no, it's 3 kids. We're not going for anymore.
I think your family has a secret plan in creating your own soccer team. You know,
I think so. My father also had many brothers. You know, so
okay,
yeah. And so fatherhood is great. I remember when my first son was born, 15th of December 2004, which was my parents' marriage anniversary.
Yeah, you look so good. You look so good if you move away from the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
There you go to the left. No, not yet. Right there.
Okay. All right.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I thought, wow, this is just, I couldn't believe. There's a picture I have of me holding the boy and just like screaming with like joy. It's just a feeling that I can't really describe, you know. But then, so you and your wife have made a new life, you know, by the grace of God. And then, so now this boy is going to look up to you. You're going to have to teach this boy so many things, things that he may not learn in school, that only you can teach him as a father and as a man, you know. And then his brother comes on, the other brother comes on. Now they have 3 of them, and I look at them and I'm thinking, wow, big responsibility. These people have to grow up and fill certain roles, you know. And so you're always conscious of you trying to set the right example for them to follow, you know. Yes. Yeah.
So you said that your father has definitely defined the kind of the man that you are today for your children.
Big time.
Okay. Big time.
Yes.
Big time. For those of us who are unfortunate to not have this big time influence, we are here. No, I'm just joking with that. But I think that the beauty of this is that for a lot of us who didn't have our fathers around but have grown to become great men and responsible people and turn that negativity into positive is what I want to applaud all you guys, Victor, Eddie, for, and everyone else who falls in this category, because a lot of times we pass these on and then we make excuses. Well, my father wasn't there, so I make all these babies and I don't care about them. You know, I put all these women in this situation and I don't care, because how about me? How about how I feel? How about my past? For you men to have fought through that and turned this around, and people don't understand, people don't take time to appreciate the work that you have to put in. And so I would like you to share some with us, okay? Eddie or Victor, what amount of work did you have to do on yourself, to turn the hurt, the disappointment, and all of that negatives into becoming a good person, or becoming an exemplary father figure to your family in general? Eddie, want to go first? You keep going first. I don't know if Victor want to take this one first, or Eddie.
We'll keep going. Go ahead, Eddie.
Okay, that's fine.
The mantle is on Eddie today, so let's keep going.
I think first of all, you have to have some form of desire to want to live, to be better. Not necessarily for fatherhood, just want to live, a desire to be better. Like, you don't want to see yourself in the situations and the circumstances that you were in, like I never want my children to experience, having to wash up in cold water every day to go to school, having to, pour kerosene in a heater that blows on a carpet just so you can have heat, eating just bread and cheese for dinner, sharing powdered milk with someone just to have breakfast. That is, so in my mind, I just wanted to fight through that. I didn't know necessarily all of what it was that was fueling me. I didn't know about breaking generational curses. I didn't know about you having a purpose, a destiny, the reason that you were created for. I didn't know all of that initially. So it was a lot of ups and downs. It was a lot of watching uncles and people in their life and just going that way. And truly, by the grace of God, the streets did not kill me. And I mean that literally. Did not kill me, destroy me, or take away the purpose and being of who I am today. So fighting through that, progressing through the mistakes, the challenges, even in the beginning of my marriage, even to this day, I'm still being processed. I'm still being molded and shapen into the fullness of who I am and the purpose of being in the earth. And all of us have that, and you don't necessarily see it or understand it all the time. So my journey to becoming the father that I am today, it is really finding the love of God for me, looking beyond my faults, my mistakes, my challenges, and still continuing to push me forward, still continuing to open up doors, still continuing to fight on my behalf for me to be the gentleman that you all see before you, because this was not who I was. This is not the trajectory that I had personally for my life, but my relationship with God has propelled me to be better, has caused me to be presented better, has caused my language, my tone to be better. So and in turn, it has afforded me the right and opportunity to father, you know, a 21-year-old, to father an 11-year-old, to father a 6-year-old, and afford them the right to live, to give them the space, the opportunity that they have today, alongside a wife that stuck by me for the period of time that she has, and that is sticking by me, to see me be a better man, a better father, a better husband, a better provider, and a better lover of all of God's people. And in turn, taking that to mentor men now, to give them the space and opportunity to say, hey, it's not, you're not destitute. Right. It's not all broken. Hey, we can make this happen. We can pursue the greater, and we can achieve the greatness that is in you.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for sharing. And I know you have inspired someone now. Victor, for you, same question.
I think, man, so the first year was the toughest, man. It was so tough to sleep on top of just that kind of initial kind of a load, right? There was also, I went back to school, and I was literally in the middle of like my second quarter semester, and basically ADDAE was born on Wednesday, and I went back to classes on a Friday. So I didn't really get like that, you know, I didn't prepare myself well, I'll say. And on top of that, I think I thank God, but I thank my wife for sticking out through all of that, because she carried, for that first year, she carried a tremendous amount of weight, and a rupture could have occurred at any point in time. And here we are, we're coming out finally, kind of, we're dancing, you know, like there's a beat. We know how to dance to this beat now. But you know, like in the beginning, there's this kind of like, so the template, there's no template for me, right? There was this beautiful idea, right? Like it sounds great, you know, in a conversation, but when it comes down to it, it's like like you're not sleeping, you got to be present, you got to help your partner. You're not getting that kind of like, the bonding is just in its beginning. So you're not getting that kind of like feedback that I get from my girl now, right? Like now we go outside to the park, and you know, I put a ball in front of her, and boom, she starts to dribble it a little bit. I'm so happy, you know. Or for example, like she's repeating some of the things I'm telling her, or now she's figured out how to like manipulate us in a way to get what she wants, right?
Right.
Like, but there was this like very strong pull to just like kind of go to this kind of, you know, just throw your hands up and be like, oh, you know, that's not what I wanted, right? Like,
Right.
or it's too difficult, right?
Yeah.
And then as you're doing all of this, like, you start feeling sorry for yourself, man. Like,
Yeah.
I remember many moments where kind of like, because it knocks on your door, right? You're a new father, you're doing these things, you're going through these like sleepless nights, you're trying your best, it's still not enough. You know, and then you know, somewhere in there you're like, man, like, this sucks because I didn't get any of this. You know, this dude, you know, not, you know, they got like, my parents got married, and my dad was like, yeah, let's have a boy, you know, push for it. While my mom was like, you know, I don't know about this. It's maybe too early. But you know, he kind of like did the deed and then bounced, right? And so so in all of this, like,
Yeah.
you start to feel sorry for yourself, and
Right.
overcoming that piece was the hugest piece, right? Because it's day, like, you're not sleeping, you can't think right, you're impulsive in a way, and I think I shared a lot. Sorry, so to just kind of come back, I think that you know, I think if my wife didn't hold like my feet to the fire, you know, I think that was a pivotal moment for me. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Like,
Got it. Got it. For Victor, it was his wife, a woman that he met, that literally changed him for the better, and the woman he decided to get married to. That's a very powerful short story to share, my brother. Thank you so much for doing that. Kofi, can you still hear us?
I could hear you.
Okay, good. Now let's how was it for you guys when you first heard, when your wife told you that they were pregnant? I mean, what was the experience? Did it scare you? Were you happy? Was it both? This time, let me see if my brother Kanto, for some reason, the UK lines are giving us problems. The queen is not in agreement to what we're doing today, so
She better be.
she's probably shutting down the networks and all of that. But let's get it from Kofi. Kofi, I mean, you were more mature than all of us on this platform. When you first heard it, what was your reaction?
Let me understand your question properly.
Yes. When your wife first told you you're going to have your first child, what was the effect that that had on you? You know, were you scared? Were you happy, or both?
Well, I feel like break dancing. Whether I should stand up, sleep, what do I have?
Kofi, you know what? Let me suggest something. You might want to check out. I don't know if your internet is downstairs. Your modem. Maybe go downstairs, see if that can help, because you'll go in and out. And I know you're sharing powerful stories and making powerful points, and we really want to be able to hear them. But if it's going in and out, and we're not getting 100% of what you're sharing with us, so can we try that? You don't have to log out. I'll just take you off the screen for a moment. Let's see if we can get you better network. But let's go to KAFUI. KAFUI, what was that for you?
Okay, so let me take it back a bit to when we were doing counseling, premarital counseling. So I got married in a Catholic church, and so the priest calls me and my dad, and so he's just trying to verify that I really want to get married, and nobody's pushing me into it and everything. So he's just asking questions. So he says, Mr. Day, is this your son? Yes. What is his name? Blah, 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 blah. And then he's asking the questions, and all of a sudden he says, is KAFUI impotent? And then my father looks at the priest and he looks at me and says, no, he's not. He's not. And then they continue everything. And then we finish the counseling. And now I'm driving him back home. So we're driving for like 10 minutes. He doesn't say anything. Then he says, what kind of damn question was that? I mean, the guy asked you right there. By the way, KAFUI, you impotent? I said, no, I'm not. You know? And so that happens. We get married, and then we get married in February, and by March the lady is pregnant. And so when I hear that she's pregnant, and I'm thinking, Father, you should come and hear this news right now, man.
Where is that father?
Where is that father, man? I was so excited. I said, okay, well, it was just a great piece of news. And then throughout the whole pregnancy, you're scared. You know, I read this book. There's a book called Every Woman. where it's like they talk about the whole pregnancy process. I mean, I read that book back to front, left, right, center. I was trying to get all the information I had about pregnancy and everything. And then towards the time that she was about to give birth, you're going over a road bump, and then she says, "Slow down, slow down. You don't want the baby to come out here, do you?" And then I have to just slow it down. I'm living in this perpetual fear that the baby can just come right where in traffic, that kind
anywhere.
of thing. Anywhere, So it was just a whole interesting experience. But I can never forget what that priest asked my father that time. So when there was evidence that I wasn't impotent, I said, "Oh wow, this."
Have you met that priest? Have you met that priest at all so far?
Yes, I have met him. I didn't bring it up again. Just let it slide. I'm sure he's just doing his job, just doing his job.
You don't have to. You don't have to bring it up. The response, the response to his question are your children. So you just visit him, pay him a visit with your family,
the kids,
and then
right there. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. No talking.
Exactly.
So it was great.
Victor, how was it for you? What was your reaction when you first heard it?
At first, I couldn't believe it because my wife basically went on a trip with her brother, and then she brought back a gift, literally. So she brings it in like it's like a gift bag. And then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I open it and it's the stick, the pregnancy stick. And at first I was like, wow, okay, this is real.
Yeah,
this is real. I was very excited. I was overjoyed, and I think like maybe I didn't jump right away, right? Like, but at first it took a while for me to sink in. But once that sunk in, that this is real, I was very happy. I was very, very happy.
Does that change your does it lift up your confidence level a notch up, or notches, like does it overblow your confidence?
What do you mean in terms of like
confidence
in respect to what?
When you hear that news that your wife is pregnant and is sunk in for you, I'm trying to get how it literally changed your manhood in terms of your confidence and the way you approach things, if it did at all.
Absolutely. I think I get confident that our laugh together is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Got you.
No. Look, I can get the response from your laughter, so that is good enough. I get it. Brother Eddie, what was it for you?
Oh man, it was excitement. It was excitement, and then I just started thinking like, man, I get to do it my way. I get to do it how I felt like was the right way, to raise children, so, and each one is different. So I went from boy to girl to my last one to where it was like that came, that wasn't necessarily a plan. But each one is different, and it's exciting every single time. I'm done though, but it's been exciting every single time though.
Right. When you started out, did you all come together? You and your wife planned to say we're going for 3 and that's it?
No, not at all. We knew initially, it was a boy and a girl. Initially, the third one was just not a try. It was just us just having fun and not thinking about what it was and what it was not.
Yeah, and those ones turn out to be the special ones, like
very, very. So just quick testimony for that. My youngest is 6 years old, kindergarten. She just had her assessment, and she is actually on a little bit over 2nd grade level regarding her reading, and a little bit over 1st grade level for her math. So yeah, she is very special, man. I love her to death. So much personality and character.
Sweet. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see if we can get the other guests back on this back in the studio. Mr. KOFI, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Loud
Am
and
I back
clear.
there?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I know the problem was the bedroom. I know that. I knew
Yeah,
it was your
well,
bedroom.
I've given up my bedroom now. I have come into the vehicle, which I guess
Yes,
will probably be a better one for
I
me.
know, and it's better, and it's
Um,
way better because we're not getting no breaks. You know, whatever you do in your
okay.
bedroom, now we know the problem was your bedroom.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Well, the vehicle, the vehicle have this internet and Wi-Fi in there, so probably
Yeah,
that's why it could help. It has
you know,
to
but
do.
go ahead and give
Okay.
us your
So
take. Yeah.
what was your question? What was your question again? Because anytime you ask me a question, by the time I could start, it seems like I'm breaking. So you get me out. So I don't know exactly which question you answer me now.
So
What
because
was
of
the question?
exactly because of all of that, we would want you to put it in summary for us. I know we asked a couple questions.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
your view on fatherhood, the role that your father played in you that has made you the kind of father you are today, and how
Well,
you
yeah.
and how you reacted when your wife first told you about your first child.
Well, like I said, well, with my father,
Mm.
he did as much as he could, and I learned a few from him. If I'm here to say much, we're not going to finish this program today.
Yes.
So
So
it's
please.
not about him right now. It's about
No.
me and other people.
Yes.
Yeah. So here lies the point. With the child coming, and as you have the panel, each and every one of us, once you have your first child, he or she tends to be like the best of your life, because as one person put it initially to start with, you've created another human being, so we all get excited, give our attention to them. But let me say this quickly in order to get things across, because I'm sure we have some audience, some might be fathers, some are yet to be fathers, but I want to put something across for them to get. To become a father is not just a matter of meeting a woman and having a child. You will have to be responsible for
Yeah.
that product that you and the woman had produced.
Yes.
And whenever you have that, I will categorize it into a
Kofi
few
Femenime.
here, which will be
Kofi.
responsible.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Well,
go.
I can see you from. Yeah.
No. I know.
Okay. Do
I know.
I
But
see
this.
you there? Okay.
No. This is the posture that I want you to stay at. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
Baby,
Okay. So.
Yeah. Look straight. Yeah. Go ahead.
So when the responsibility that I'm looking at it here as a fatherhood, those who have neglected their fatherhood, I will plead to them, go back and take it. It's not too late, because you might have neglected a child that you have fathered. Go back and take it, because each child, the greatest gift of a child is his father in his life, because the father takes responsibility. But where lies the responsibility? Your responsibility is to protect the child. How do you protect the child? The child go to school, he's being bullied. You walk into the school and tell the school authorities that, look, my child is being bullied and I want him to stop. If it does not stop, you take the necessary action. You protect them. And being the father, my brothers have mentioned, and I'm glad they are mentioning it. I'm going to use two words here: the Bible, and those who are probably not Christians, because I know a lecturer that was dying, and he said, go and bring me the big book. And the big book is the Bible. If anyone had to hold fatherhood, go read the big book, biblically, so that you'll be able to get some fundamentals. Because if you have a creature, you have a creator. So all of us are creatures of the creator. So if you don't know your creator, then you're going to be astray. And if you look at it, as my brothers have said, in the garden, when Eve went and did whatever she did, God did not call on Eve. He called on Adam. And Adam started giving some stories here and there. But the thing was, Adam was the one who was responsible for the family tree. So whenever you are a father, you are the family tree. It's like you are an umbrella. I tell people, when you come to my family, I put all of them in the pit, and I'm at the top. So for you to get to them, you have to come through me first. If you can't get to me, if you can't get through me, you're not going to get to them. And no matter what you are, you could be the giant. I will be David and Goliath. I will be David, and you'll be the Goliath. But I'm going to fight you, whether I have the strength or not. I'm going to fight you because you're messing with my family now.
Wow.
So as a father, you have to be responsible. So unless I forget, I have 4 of them, only 4 of them, 3 girls and 1 boy. The oldest is 37. The second one is 31. The third one is the boy who is 25, and the last one that I just walk away from her in the house is 23.
Beautiful.
So I have seen them all.
Beautiful.
So here lies the thing today. As a father, what all of us with the panel, including myself, we want to educate those who are coming so that whenever they get something, because they are certain, and being a father doesn't mean that it is only your biological child that you become a father to. You could have a father by adoption, which in our African language, we don't use it so much. But having an adoption doesn't mean that you have to go sign papers at the court or anything. But if your sister have 4 kids or whatever, it could even be 1, and you find out that there's no father in that child's life, walk in and say, hey, come here. Let me show you some things. Do this and do that. In the future, that child is going to say thank you.
Okay.
And that is what fatherhood means.
That is a very powerful point. And in the Ghanaian or the African community, what you just said is the norm. Okay. I don't know if the trend is changing now in Ghana. KAFUI, you can help us understand what the current situation is now, but that has been the norm. Brother Eddie, you being an African American here in the diaspora, what the point? I want you to take it from the point that KOFI just made. Do we still have it here, where do we still have that? It takes a village to raise that type of phrase. Is it practical now, or we completely lost it?
So it's still relevant, but
Okay.
is it being practiced?
That's what I'm saying.
Those are 2 different things. So yeah, I can tell you that it is being practiced, but it's far few and in between, because you have so much where it's in the African American community. It's always been what goes on in this house stays in this house. You don't give out your business. You don't tell this, that, and the other. So it's a little bit more difficult to practice that in this arena, and it's hard to have someone to maybe take some tips, some lessons, some thoughts and ideas from you without them thinking that you're trying to delegate or lead in their home. People look at help differently in the African American community. They don't take it for what it is. I'm of the old adage, chew the meat and spit out the bones. So people can give me information. I'm learning from you guys right now. Now there are some things that will be applicable to my life, to my fatherhood. There's some things that does not mesh with where I'm at and how it goes in my community or in my family. So it's chew the meat and spit out the bones. So you try and I try. I really do. Senna, you know me. It doesn't matter my title, position. You've always seen me at the back of the church when I can sit at the front of the church. I'm at the back. I'm trying to talk to, I'm trying to love on as many men and as people that come into the door, because everybody doesn't get that, doesn't receive that. So, it is still, it's present, but it's not as applicable or practical being practiced today as it should be. And I just really love that old adage that this old wise man or young wise man gave, go step into that home if that mother or if that daughter does not have a man that's present.
Yeah, No, thanks for sharing, man. KAFUI, from the Ghanaian culture, in the Ghanaian culture, what Kofi just said is what we basically, that's our norm, that's our way of life. Of course, times have changed. So what, in your view, being there, how do you see it now? Is that still very, very, very relevant? Or are we drifting away from it gradually as a society, since we like to copy the West so much?
Well, first of all, I'm also a Kofi too. So yeah, shout out to all the Kofis on the platform.
Nice.
And yes,
before you continue, Eddie, we might have to give you a Ghanaian name. So I don't know, were you born on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday?
Or just give us your date of birth, and we'll find the day you were born and give it to you.
Exactly. So whilst it's talking, if you can, whilst it's talking, just let us know the day you were born, and we got to give you a Ghanaian name today before we get out of here. Period. So
October 28th.
October 28th.
October 28th. Yes.
Okay. So text Alinko the year, and then we'll find the date. We'll find the day you were born, because every day has a name.
79.
So we'll get
79.
All right. Okay. I'll check it out for you after I do my submission.
No. Do your thing. KAFUI, I'll help you with that.
Okay. All right. So yes. So what my elder brother Kofi said works, where you, in the past, you would probably bring somebody physically into your home and then look after the person. But now it's more of, okay, so the person is wherever he is, and then you're supporting the person with financial help, with encouragement, with advice. And so you tend to be like a long distance father to a couple of people, who may or may not be related to you. So that principle is still there, that you are helping people, you're bringing people up, taking them through school, giving them advice. And it's just such a joy where when somebody you've looked after over maybe 10, 15 years comes and says thank you, or sends you a little Father's Day message saying, I really appreciate what you've done for me all through my life, and I just want to say God bless you and thank you so much. Or they get a job and then they come and buy you a little gift. This is my first salary, and I just wanted to show you my appreciation. So it happens in Ghana. In the past, we would have people come to the house and live with you. And when I was growing up, we always had people living with us.
Yeah,
all throughout our lives who were not related to us. Yeah.
Let me add this real quick before you continue. In that same context, you could also check someone's child if you saw them acting up on the streets.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yes. That happened in the past. I mean, anybody could check you.
So today,
now there's less of that. You may end up in court.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, if I was caned by people's parents or people who didn't even know me.
Too, yeah.
When I was young, they'll cane you and then bring it to your parents. Your parents say, thank you very much, and your parents will cane you again. on top of it. But now it doesn't work like that. There's abuse, and the world has evolved. So
no, KAFUI, I don't agree. I don't agree to that. The world has evolved, but as a people, I think we have to be very careful. Some of these values that we flip, just because we think the world has evolved. Yes, there are certain things. Look, we could evolve in many ways as a society. How about STEM or STEAM, right? Let's evolve in technology and do all that. But this is the core of the fiber of our society, right?
I get you on that.
If we're throwing this away, we end up getting some of the situations that we have seen in cities that have thrown these values away.
Yeah, I get you on that. And just recently, I went to the car wash, and there was this guy who was just talking so roughly to a woman who was clearly old enough to be his aunt or his mom. And so I had to step in and say, guy, you know what? Just chill, okay? Just respect the lady, and it wasn't my fight, but from the way we were brought up, you don't talk to people like that, And luckily he listened to me.
He did.
Yes. So I get where you're coming from, where we need to fall back to some of these old school values, which are not old school. They're always forever school. They're always in school,
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes. But bottom line, we father people. Even now, yes, yeah.
No, thank you for bringing that up, because I think that's I always say this, that as a society we have to evolve. But look, the Chinese have evolved too. But trust me, we had a show here the other day with the Asian American community, and one of the values, one of the main points, some man, what's his name? One of the points that he was making was placing a lot of emphasis on the issue of respect within the Chinese community. That parenting and respect and that value is something they don't shy away from. They're never going to evolve from that, right? They can come up with the highest, all this technology and all these innovations, but they still maintain the foundation of what is making their society a great one. All right. Indeed. And so I think that there's an opportunity there for us as great parents, great fathers like you all, and you all have shown. I chose you guys to be on the show for a reason. I prayed about it. The Spirit of God led me in picking, you are honorable men, because some of you I know personally. Actually, I know all of you personally. Some I've had close relationships with, and others not so much. But I do know that God led me in choosing you guys. And so all I'm saying is that what we are sharing is very important. And I hope that if you're listening, you are picking and getting something from it. If you're not, and you have an opposing view or comment, feel free to share it in the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube. We'll be careful to read them out. If you can also call us on this platform, is 815-277-5047. Feel free to wish a father here some good wishes or comments that you want to share. All of that we are open to. This is the Progressive Mind Show, Finding the Balance episode. This is the Sunday version, and we are glad to be celebrating fatherhood, especially the man of the house. Again, take note of that. Very, very important. We want to really salute the men that have decided to stay at home regardless of the consequences, to father their children, be responsible for their home, be the security of the house, as Kofi said, be the shield to their wives and their children. And so we dove our hearts for you today. Unfortunately, like Sweet Mother, when we celebrate Mother's Day, there's this popular song that we all play. Unfortunately, we don't have that, but we have this sweet message, and I'm trying to see if I can share it. We played it earlier on. KAFUI, you weren't here. Let's see if we can get it again. This one was specially made from my own nephew and nieces. My sister sent it to me today, and she said, "Your nephew says you got to have this. Make sure Uncle Sanat gets this." And I'm trying to see if I can find it. I think I have it here. And this is to all fathers. Let's see here. Hopefully we can get it.
Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to Uncle Randy and Uncle Santa and Uncle Gabriel and all the men in the world. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Yeah. I love it.
I love it. Me too, man. It's the best. It's the best.
I like the segue into happy birthday, man. Yeah, in advance. I love it, man.
I was gonna say that. Definitely. I was gonna say that. So to all the fathers, this is a special one to you. Let's take a short break. When we come back, the Progressive Mind Show continues celebrating all fathers in the world, especially the men of the house. We shall be right back. So sorry about the glitch. Today happens to be Father's Day, and we are celebrating all of them. Back to the Progressive Mind Show. I'm your host, Alinko, and we are celebrating all fathers. Today is, of course, a very special day. All fathers are happy. But I don't know if it's as big as Mother's Day. It cannot be as big as Mother's Day, right?
We are low-key, man. We are low-key guys. We're
Good.
cool.
What do you all think, though?
Can I answer you that question?
Yeah.
Can I answer you that question?
Before you answer, I want all of you to respond to it as well. Do you think that, it should be at par? Is Mother's Day celebrated more than Father's Day? What do you all think? Ernest, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm back on here.
Oh, my
Sorry,
brother.
guys.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay,
Kofi,
Kofi, quickly respond to that. And it's 23 minutes past 3 p.m. We have a lot to unfold on this platform. So please go ahead, quickly respond to that, and I'll have everyone do same. Kofi?
Well, we all know that when it comes to Mother's Day, I don't know if you've muted me, so probably you're not hearing me.
No, we can hear you.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You could hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can
Yes.
you hear me? Okay. If you look at it, we do celebrate Mother's Day more than the Father's Day. But this was being instituted in America, I think somewhere in 1909, being Mother's Day. But then it got to the stage, people probably look at it like, oh, if we are celebrating Mother's Day, then we should just find a way to incorporate it with the fathers, which came in 1910, which is an American thing. But right now, it have tend to be a little bit, if you look at it, it's not everywhere in the world that celebrate today as Father's Day. You could go as far as Australia, probably they are celebrating their Father's Day in November. So the idea of Father's Day came very late. It was, I think, I can't remember the president's name, that in 1962, 3rd of June, 1962, he made it officially to be Father's Day in America. So the Father's Day had been a little bit backward because of the way we have left the home for the women, because the men, we refuse to do what we are supposed to do. But if you look at it, as my brothers have said, if you take the Bible, it is a man that raised a child. It is not a woman that raised a child. Let me repeat that again.
Okay.
So that the audience remember that when they father a child, it is the woman that have to take a child. And never do you ever say it's 50-50. It is not 50-50. It is the man that raised a child. And let me give you an example. I told you I have 4 girls and 1 boy.
Yes.
Anytime I hear, they all call me dad, but anytime I hear the word father from the girls, that means they've been to mommy, and mommy said, no, you got to get that from your dad, not me, because he can't make that decision, because it is the father who is coming in to make that decision. But here we are. Charity begins at home, as we all know. So if we don't educate our children from the beginning, just as you said, the Chinese said respect. In order for us to go back for that, the village, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
We will have to go back and look at some missteps that we have made to make sure that certain things are being done. You are aware, I have left Ghana a long time ago, but I know when Christmas is coming, or your neighbor, when you are hungry and you go into that home and they have finished, they will never tell you, hey, go home. It's time for us to have dinner. Whatever they have on the table, you're going to have a share of it. And just as my brother KOFI also said, don't go and insult Auntie Ya, because if you insult Auntie Ya is going to beat you. And
okay,
KOFI.
KOFI.
Home and tell your mom, and your mom is going to beat you in addition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for us, for it's because the fathers we went and took a backstage.
Yeah.
The women step up, and we thought the women are the leaders of the home, but it's not they are not the leaders.
That is a very powerful
point. Men that
KOFI.
are the leaders of the home.
Okay, thank you so much, KOFI. That's a very powerful point. I wanted countries to come in. Well, Yeah, I want Kanto to come in a while because we've had a little bit of challenge with his feet. But bro, we asked a question earlier. Please respond to this one quickly, and then take us to the challenges that fathers face. We want to know, okay, because we understand. I think that the way our world presents it is that mothers do everything, fathers only provide, and at bedtime we come and we do the pum pum action, and then we go back to work, and then so that's our role is basically limited. It's few, it's few tasks for us as men. But let's hear from the men. Kanto, please take it from here.
Right. So when you look historically, population-wise, the women outnumber the men. Okay.
Right.
So when it comes to the marketing of the women beds, you could understand that the noise will be more on the ladies' side, if you like. There's a lot of homes. There's a lot of homes where men are missing. Okay. There's a lot of single parenting going on. So obviously, when we're growing up as boys, we got more attached to our moms because they were softer to get favors from than the dads. Okay. So naturally, we tend to celebrate the mothers kind of more biasly, more than more than the men, which is an imbalance. But there's a generation that is coming, and that generation is trying to close that gap. That's like Mr. KOFI said, parenting is a dual responsibility, and let me chip in this. Fatherhood is a responsibility, a role, and a function. It is not an act. Okay, you don't act it, but you play a role. You have a responsibility, and it's a function. So it is tripartite. Okay, so therefore, our generation, I think I've got a better understanding, and we're trying to close the gap. So that's what I would say with the balance between the fatherhood being celebrated and the motherhood being celebrated. Okay. The absence of the dads in the house is causing a gap. Now let's go to the challenges.
Yeah.
I always say that for men, it's about sacrifice and selflessness when it comes to parenting. It's about sacrifice and being selfless, because we are out there to go and hunt. If you take the role of a man from the beginning, we're supposed to go and do the killing and bring the booty back home. Okay, so therefore, you are going to face the challenges. You'll be bruised. You will not. The soup will be smelling nicely in the kitchen, and that will come from the women. But your role is kind of backstage, so you're probably not being celebrated as you should be. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of the challenges of that we face as men. And then I was reading a book where they said that was the fathers. What is the greatest need of a man? And I was surprised that they were talking about honor, appreciation, and respect.
There you go.
So for men, it's not about the showmanship. You are the backstage making things happen, etc. So if we will be treated as the kings that we are, I think we give off our best. So homes are breaking down because there is a mismatch there, and if we can get this balance right, I think it will curb some of the challenges.
Right.
Let me use an analogy. I'm jumping in again of westernized fatherhood or parenting, and then what we saw back home.
Yeah.
There is this analogy or this scenario
back home means Africa, Ghana, right?
Ghana, yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. Where it's a shared in terms of the financing and raising of kids, like Mr. KOFI said, should be 50-50. In actual fact, that is what's causing a lot of the challenges we are having in parenting.
Okay.
It shouldn't be like that. The men should be in the forefront playing their leadership role, because as soon as the leadership role begins to crack, and that's where you have issues and challenges in parenting, because then the kids will begin to play mom against dad. But when there is a street line that's, hey, that, makes the big calls, and moms, and I mean, everybody toes the line, you realize that there's an alignment and there's a smooth path.
Right.
The hierarchy, let me use the word command here for lack of better word. The hierarchy of command is smooth.
Okay.
Therefore, it reduces confusion.
Right.
And when there is less confusion, there's more harmony.
Okay.
And then mom can have his role to play. Dad can also have his role to play.
Wow. Powerful point of view. And thank you so much for sharing. Victor, what are the challenges for you as a father?
Time and effort, and time. I mean, I am just struggling all the time. It's like I feel like I've just gained more and more bosses as I got older. You know what I mean? Like, even if I'm climbing anything, I just have more bosses. But it's the time, and it's not only the time that, hey, I'm here, let's you go watch something else, but active participation, like in the actual events, everything, and showing her, it's like very simple moves. Like, you can quickly dismiss your child, when you're in your own area, and maybe we're all human. Sometimes it's very hard to shift, into I'm here, I'm present, I'm with you, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is like, okay, let me catch myself. Okay, you have a sticker. I like it. That's a very nice sticker. Like catching and kind of supporting, but also watching what she's doing, how she's processing it, how it's affecting her. All of those things, which is like very tasking, like energy sucking endeavor, right? Like there's no other way to look at it. And I think just so all these things are always pulling you all over the place. Your job, your friends, your social life. I mean, social life it's a whole other situation.
Yeah.
And being able to catch yourself in a moment and be there present with your child and actively kind of guide her, kind of, subliminally, right? Like she doesn't know it, but okay, it's a sticker. Okay, you're gonna put it here. It's a different color sticker, and just kind of engaging her along the way, so challenging her.
Yeah.
So again, time and effort. I think that's like the biggest
most
challenge.
challenging. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Victor. Eddie.
For me, my challenge today is it used to be time, but my kids are understanding, and they're in a space where they understand and know what I do, and they know that I'm giving them as much time as I can, and still going out to be effective as a businessman too. But the challenge that I actually had a conversation with to probably about like 1 o'clock this morning with my sister and brother, we were talking about the kids. It's actually being in a space where we're constantly talking to, giving them information and understanding about the comparison of social media, what the kids are looking at. And we were talking about when we were coming up, you just probably compare, or you look at the kid in the hallway or something like that. But now the children, there's so much more exposure through social media and media period. There's so much more exposure. The words that they use on TV and movies now, on the radio, the different looks and appearances of young ladies and men and lifestyles. So now that's the challenge of making sure that, first of all, that I'm current on all of these things as much as I can as a parent. And secondly, making sure that I'm having knowledgeable and wise conversations on a regular basis with my children, to make sure that, hey, even though it looked like it's accepted, but it looked like it's allowed, but that's not acceptable not from my purview, not from my wife's purview, and not from my family's value purview. So it's just making sure we understand that kids are going to be, they're going to make their own mistakes. I have no problem with that. But one thing that me and my siblings say is that you're just not going to make the same mistakes that daddy and mommy made. You're going to make some, you're just not going to make the same ones that we made.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. KAFUI, what are your challenges?
Before I go, Eddie is KWESI. He was born on a Sunday. All right. So
Oh,
Eddie is
yes. You know what? I was just
KWESI.
I don't know how you ended like that, bro. Because
Straight up.
I thought I heard 29th. So
Yeah,
I quickly researched it, and it fell on Monday. So I was about to go off because I'm a Monday born, right? So I'm
no, he's Sunday. He's a Sunday.
So Eddie, we are glad to announce to you that from today going, you have been accepted in the Ghanaian community as KWESI.
Yes, which is a Sunday born. I don't know whether
Sunday born of the Ashanti tribe.
One time.
Okay. So today we have also the Ashantis. We have one Ashanti here who he's smiling. Look at him! Look at him! Look at him! But here is the thing, though. But here is the actually we have two Asantes, KOFI and he's a KWESI too. Oh yeah, Kanto is KWESI too, right? But the thing is, but KAFUI, you have to clear the air, okay?
Yes.
Because his KWESI could be Gan, it could be his Sunday could be Gan, Ewe, or Asante, right?
Yes. We'll do another show. We'll do another show just on that.
So today we have to do neutral. Today, because of Kanto, we can't give it to the Asantes today. No,
we can't. Then we'll find Victor a Ghanaian name too, if his wife hasn't given him one yet. All right. Okay, so challenges. Listen, time is a big one. I mean, I feel Victor on the time issue. I feel Eddie on the. And by the way, Victor is my father's name. Eddie is my big brother's name. So it's like I'm with family here.
Yeah.
Time and just what the children are exposed to. So for time, so my wife works. She's a doctor. So in the morning she takes them to work, and in the evenings, in the afternoons, I take them back from school. So when I pick them up from school, we get to talk about things. Converse about things, just trying to find out how they're thinking about things. And then when they watch their stuff on television, we regulate the television, so they watch television on weekends. And I try and sit in with them and just watch what they're watching and just be part of their conversations, And you get to pick up on things that you wouldn't have picked up if you didn't find that time with them, So it's really important. Time is such a rare commodity. And the little times that we have, we want to try and maximize them as much as possible. I was talking to a friend who says he does like me time with her. She does like me time with her children. So on a particular day, she and her son or daughter go out and they just take a walk together, and then they discuss things. And I think I want to start doing that with my kids. So luckily they're all born on different days. So the eldest was born on a Wednesday, so I'm going to pick Wednesdays and I walk with him. And then the Friday guy I'll find time for him, and then the Monday guy I'll find time for him. And so that's something I want to try to implement so that we can get just daddy and him time and discuss things. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really critical.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing, KAFUI. KOFI, you have been around for a long time, and so tell us the grave challenges that you have faced.
Okay. I think my brothers have actually outlined. If you take the pros and the pros and the cons of the challenge, which I would define challenge, is a call to take part in a contest, which the pros and the cons. But they have actually, which I wouldn't want to go there because I'll be repeating the same thing they have said. But I only highlight one thing on it. They have actually stressed on the cons of it so much. So I'll go to the positive side. But before I go to the positive side, let me say this to the cons that they have outlined. If I were to have come back, I would have done certain things differently. I mean, my kids. But whenever you have kids and they get to 18, they are out of your hand. You can't say much to them. So before they get to that age, you have to streamline them, which I have heard the panel, some of them saying some things of the media, and you guys are probably better in media than this social thing on the internet and all of this more than I do. But what I would suggest to you guys and the younger ones that are coming, keep your eye on them when they are young, because charity begins at home, and streamline them and let them do what you want them, what you feel will be best for them, and encourage them in what is good for them and discourage them for what is not good for them. So when I say the challenges where we have the pros, you have to encourage them whenever they come up with some kind of ideas, activities, certain things. Because when you are a father, well, I don't know if it was me that my brother from London, I forgot the name, had misquoted me, but I'm not anything against you. I support what you said, but let me make a point of correction. If I did say that, probably, I probably said it. You didn't hear me clearly. There's no way that to raise a family is a 50-50 between the man and the woman. The man is the head of the family. You are the captain of the army. You lead your family to do anything. Whatever I was saying was, when they go to their mom and their mom can't do it, then it have to come to me. So let me leave that there. Just if there was miscommunication, it's just a point of correction. That the man is always the leader of the family. Right. And it's not a 50-50 game here. So whenever I talk to encourage them is, let's say your child come and he said, Daddy, I want to do the growing up, high school. He said, Daddy, I want to be, you ask her or him, what do you want to become? He said, Daddy, I want to become this. And you scratch your head and you, that subject, I'm not sure of it. Everyone on this panel knows that the future of your life, what to do to become successful, is your passion. It's not your career. Because if you take career, you're going to take something that you're going to regret.
Right.
So I'm saying this because my son came and he said, I want to be an engineer. And I'm like, engineer? I have no idea. I can't tell you anything. Because if you tell me 1 + 1 + C is equal to 1A, I don't understand it. I only know 1 + 1 is 2. And nothing more than that. But all that I have to do is, son, if that is what you want to do, go for it. And what do I have to do? I have to encourage him, find him the necessary materials, what he had to do. And between you and I'm proud of him to say that. Not that I'm bragging, but I'm proud of him, in addition, that today he graduated from the University of Illinois with 2 honors as a mechanical engineer. So
nice.
Whenever they come up with some idea,
congratulations.
You have to try to listen. Yeah, thank you. Listen to them. Listen to them. It's a teamwork, because you all know that a teamwork, the captain, if you have to stand up and say you are the captain, so everything is on you, you have to do everything so that you could win the game, you're going to fail.
Okay, on that field note.
In America, you all know, Brady is yes.
On that field note, I just want to remind our audience that we rely a lot on your donation for the sustenance of the show. And so every now and then, we always want to encourage you to donate to the Progressive Mind Show. Our website is thepmsshow.com. thepmsshow.com. We also have an account on Cash App, which is the $ Senna Alinko. It comes straight to us. We encourage you to support what we're doing so that week in, week out, we can sustain this show and be more productive with what we have been doing so far. And so I would like to encourage our listeners and our viewers at this moment to support the Progressive Mind Show, as it goes a long way in helping us here. Want to take a few comments on Facebook, both Facebook and YouTube, and then we can continue the discussion this afternoon. If you just joined us, it is a special one for fathers. the man of the house. We're celebrating the man of the house for being selfless, for being selfish, for being focused and disciplined, and allowing yourself to be used by God to be a father to all those children that you've been father to, and for being the man that you have been for the entire family and to your special, beautiful wives. I want to take this one from Asti. He says, Happy Father's Day to every good man out there. If the ladies won't hype us, we will hype ourselves. No, yeah. Rebecca says, Happy Father's Day to these great dads. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for helping to share this one. It says, so true, Kanto. The confidence booster point was well made. Thank you so much, Moses Atogbe, for joining us and sharing your feed. Thanks for I think that we missed this one. Let me see if we can get the next one. This is a great foundation of God. I think she was referring to the point that it was made earlier by I think KOFI or Eddie. But this is from Francis Apia Aqua. Kanto, you remember this guy?
Yes, Francis. Yes.
Yeah,
Francis.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hi, he says Happy Father's Day to you guys. Thank you too, Francis. This one is from Ryan Prentice. Good evening, all. Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. He says, Happy Father's Day to the gentleman on the feed. Thank you. This is for Princess EBD Thomas. Hey, Princess, it's been a while. Thanks for joining us on this special day and wish you this great man a happy Father's Day. We appreciate you and for all that you do. Thanks for supporting the men, too. I know you are a great lady, and I know you have a lot of men in your life. And so happy Father's Day to all the men in your life as well. Shola Steele is giving us the encouragement, the big up. Did KAFUI there give us a comment?
Yes, it was me.
All right,
I'm happy to be on the show, man.
We will take it. Thank you.
Yep. Happy to be on the show.
No, we're glad to have you, bro. Elvis Dick says KAFUI there on the hot seat this time around. Happy Father's Day to you. Well, yeah. So usually you do this. So
yes. I used to host Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Ghana edition. That's why they're saying that.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this time I'm not on the hot seat. I'm not on the hot seat now, you know.
What happened? Is it still ongoing?
No, it's going to come back this early next year. So we're coming back.
Okay.
Who wants back this year? Yes.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah.
How was it being patronized? I mean, what has
it was on for 3 seasons and it caught Ghana by storm. People love that show. And they've been clamoring for it for the past 9 years, and I think the producers have listened to them, and so it's coming back early next year, God willing.
Wow!
Yeah,
and it's similar to the one you have here, right?
It's the same. It's a franchise. Yeah, it's a franchise. Same franchise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the Ghana franchise. Yeah.
You know what the ones who have won the million? Has anyone won the million anyway so far?
No.
Okay.
Maybe the level before the million. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is the price in dollars or in cedis?
Hopefully, no, it's in cedis. No,
okay,
it's Ghana cedis.
I look, we want to be sure. If some of us want
to
do
that, so if you come back, you come to Ghana. It's going to be cedis. It's in cedis. Yes. All right.
The ones who have won, have you been following up with them? Maybe they've been blowing it on Club BL.
Good idea. We'll follow up and see what's happening, man. We'll find out.
All right. So this is from Sally ADDAE. Happy Father's Day from the ADDAE and from the ADDAEs and Bini. Oh, I know this is Madame, right? So, Kanto, this is Madame, right? Oh yeah, you see how he's laughing. Hey, Mrs. Thank you so much for chiming in. Kanto, I know we haven't met her. I haven't met her yet, but I'm planning to come to the UK to meet the family. Okay,
you have to do that. There's too much stories about you. There's too much stories you need to hear.
I know.
Yeah.
You keep telling them about Uncle Alinko, right?
Definitely. The stories cannot end, my brother.
Oh, my brother, man. Go ahead.
Let me chip in something that just occurred to me. I mean, as parenting, I'm sure we all have this challenge of a balance between the way we were brought up and the way we're trying to bring our kids up in a different setting, different century. I mean, our parents will, push us into line, and you'd have to go by the cane. But this time, parenting is about a talk, provided the information to the kid about, like Mr. KOFI said, career choices and career paths and passions. Okay, so as young parents, we face the challenge of driving how we were brought up,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
vis-a-vis what is being taught in these modern days with the internet, social media, etc. I
Mhm.
think it's a little bit dicey, if you ask me, because sometimes we as men we try to let our sons live our dreams.
Mm.
Let's be honest. Sometimes, you might want to be an engineer. Something might happen. You went on a different path, and then because of the passion is still there. Because the passion is still there, when you have sons, you try to imbibe. You try to kind of stir them
Mm.
into that kind of mode,
Yeah.
and it's quite it's quite a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something I've observed as a young parent.
Quickly. Okay.
I say that every house has got their career path or their skill set path.
Mm.
Every house. There are some houses when you go, the grandfather was a doctor, the father was a doctor, and the son is also a doctor.
Like
You
your
go
family.
to some house, exactly.
Like.
You go to some houses, the man is an accountant or a
Uh-huh.
finance banker,
Yeah.
and there's a chain that follows.
Yeah.
So when you are a parent and you are from that background, you tend to maybe sway
Mhm.
biasly, to push your kids in that direction and to balance it with what they really want to do in this modern times is sometimes a challenge.
Right.
I,
No.
I, I don't know all the answers.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing it.
Yeah.
Kanto comes from a family of Linnets, scholars. His dad was his big brother, his big brother, and he
Nice.
himself, he's a brain himself. I think Kanto, you were the one that went off a little bit. You were your own nose.
Because
Your own
because of you. Because of you.
Hey, Jair.
Just because of you.
I know. Look, me and him when we're kids, anytime we'll have a new shoe, we'll compete again. I'm like, hey, Kanto, you see my new shoe? He'll be like, yeah, you see mine too? Mine is newer than yours.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
would do all these things together. We'll go play
Exactly.
basketball together, play soccer
Exactly.
together, come home and laugh.
Exactly.
Thank you for
Exactly.
sharing that beautiful story. And let me take a few more comments. We'll continue with the convo. This one is from Mabel Ablite. So true. I think she was commenting to a point that was made earlier. And this one is from Black Jesus. Royal Black Jesus. He's in Chicago. He's the CEO of Trend Africa TV. For those of you in the diaspora who want to get your events and occasions live, if you want to stream live and go viral, you want to contact Trend Africa TV. He says, I think we should change the name to Happy
Happy
Daddy's
Daddy.
Day, because not all fathers are called father. Well, look, okay, Happy Daddy's Day. All right, how about that?
All right. Yeah.
Right away. This one is from Sally. She says, yes, Alinko, looking forward to seeing you. Madam has given the green light for Alinko to represent in the UK, so shall it be. Maybe after I have gone to Ghana and won some millions or some more money from KAFUI shows,
Yeah,
I get some
I hear
money.
you, man. Then you go to the UK.
And
Chicago,
then,
Ghana, UK.
absolutely. This one is from let's get this one from is I think we should change. Okay, this one's comment that's already been taken care of. So that should be it for the comments for now. Let's look at some of your proud moments as fathers. Again, time is far spent. It's just 4 minutes, but this is our platform. Okay, we own this. So if you all have to go because of time, that's fine. Let just put a message in the chat, in the private chat. I'll let you go. Those of you who have a little bit more time, please let's stay on for the next maybe 10, 15 minutes so we can get some things out. Okay, so please feel free to just alert me. But I want to share a few proud moments, or maybe the most proud moment as a father for you. And then we can take 1 or 2 points and close the show. The only reason why we're a little running behind time, we want to put it on KAFUI and Kanto. They are the two that have caused us to be late. So that
We take it. We take
Kanto
it,
is not
man.
Kanto is not saying anything. So
I take it on behalf of Kanto, man. We take it, man. We take it.
Thank you, KAFUI. Thanks, KAFUI.
We take it
Thanks,
cool.
KAFUI, man.
oh my God.
We take it. We take
that
it.
was just by the way, guys. But let's start with Victor. Victor, quickly, your proudest moment as a father after your child came into existence.
Sure. So I love football, man. I'm a footballer myself, and ever since my daughter could walk, I think about 9 months, I was very proud of that. 9 month old walking. But within a year, I would always bring the ball with me, a soccer ball, and I just like we would walk through a park, and I would just dribble by myself, and then pass with her and stuff like that. So now she can string almost like 20, 30 kind of, dribbles together. Very proud of that. Also, we have kind of 3 languages floating around our house: Russian, English, and Ga. And what's interesting now is that ADDAE, my daughter, she goes to my wife. I say something to my daughter in Russian. She goes to my wife, translates it into English for her, and this is like a constant thing. So she's picking up on all of these things already. And another, sorry, not to take up so much space, but another thing, I love the outdoors. I love the adventure. That's like the one thing I love to do. You were talking about hunting, we were chasing, things like that, right?
Yeah.
That goes kind of away once you're married, right? But still, like, so outdoors gives me that natural outlet, and my daughter loves that. So we go every day. We go to the park. We go somewhere, to the beach. We go to the forest, and she's kind of like loves all of this, and she's taking it in. And when I see her enjoying that, and meanwhile I'm also enjoying that myself, it's just this beautiful cycle, and that gives me the energy. That gives me the juice to kind of keep going, to persevere and get through all those moments where I'm thinking like, oh my God, what's the time or effort? I'm tired, all of those things. So those are like big ones right now for me.
I love it. I love that point. Those big, powerful moments pushes you to go through the difficult times. Very powerful. Eddie.
Real quick for me, I just I love my children, their excitement for excelling in school and learning and things like that. Because in my community, it's more pushed to go to work, work. But to see my children excelling, and they're excited about excelling in learning and growing in knowledge and understanding, that's a good foundation and a great excitement for my wife and I, to see that they're not so bogged down by life or friends and circumstances to where they've lost that zeal to learn it, to grow and expand their mind.
That's powerful. Thank you so much. KAFUI, quickly, please.
So years ago in primary school, my eldest son was head boy. And then his younger brother also got to class 6, and then he was voted and he was head boy. And now the last guy, there's all this.
You want to explain head boy to the diaspora?
Head boy, head boy is like it's like the school prefect. He's like the leader of all the students. All right. So the eldest guy had it, the second guy had it, and now there's pressure on the third guy. So now I jump into the campaign. So I'm his campaign manager. We do his posters, we do his speech and everything. He goes and gives his speech on the stage, everything, and he wins the election by like 70%. So I think I'm the only parent. We are the only parents in that school where all our children were at one point in time leaders of the school. And that for me, it makes me so proud. Yes.
Yeah. You certainly deserve that.
A campaign manager. I was a campaign manager, man. I have a successful campaign under my belt. Even though it's a primary school campaign.
Your son definitely deserves some applause right there.
I take it, man.
Yeah. So if they're already winning, going upstage and campaigning, we are looking at a potential father to a future president, right?
In fact, one of them wants to be president.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Let it be written that it was prophesied on the progressive
right
mindset.
here.
Okay.
Right here.
All right.
Right here. Father's Day 2021. Amen.
Kofi.
I can't hear you.
Oh, Kofi can hear me. We don't know what's happening. Kofi can hear us.
I can't hear you.
Okay, let's try Kanto. Kanto, your proudest moment.
Right. So as a father,
Mm.
for me, the understanding that there could be ups and downs in life, if the kids get that understanding at an early stage,
Right.
I believe that they are able to deal with failures quite well,
Mhm.
okay, and they are able to deal with success in a measured manner. And I've seen my son and my daughter kind of understand, that meaningfulness of life, that it's not always going to be rosy and you're not always going to be on top. And for me, that's quite important. Alinko, you know my background a bit, and I'll always refer to it that sometimes you need a little bit of how to get yourself back up again and get into the ring again.
Yeah.
And as a daddy, you need to do the balancing of making money and being at home. Sometimes you can't be there all the time. So when you have kids who understand that, hey, you have to go at life sometimes harder when when you've tried it doesn't happen, you go again.
Mm.
It gives you joy. So for me, seeing my kids progress in that manner holistically,
Mm.
it's quite important for me. Then number two, I have this passion for Pan-Africanism.
Okay.
And a few people that know me know that I don't play with my royal blackness. Okay.
Mhm.
So me being who I am,
You want
I want to,
Ashanti? You want Ashanti? I don't expect anything
you
less.
know, trying to give a bit of the apple, not falling too far away from the tree
Yeah.
to my kids is quite important for me. So from the beginning, I've consciously laid a foundation to teach my kids about African Black consciousness.
You have to be
So
Rasta.
anybody, oh, I mean a bit, you know that,
The
you know that.
Rastalism has to be there,
No,
straight
no,
up.
they have to,
Yeah.
because sometimes when you travel, you realize that life is not always on a plateau,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of misconception and miseducation.
There
So
you go.
for me, as a parent, I want to lay that foundation solid, and I see my kids getting that consciousness.
Right.
So those are some things that I count myself lucky.
Thank you so much for sharing, guys. I think we want to wrap up, but before we do, quickly, the opportunities of being a father. I know you shared some of the moments that brings you that gives you most joy as fathers, but what are some of the opportunities? Because there's somebody out there who's dreading, and there are actually men who would dread the fact that, oh, they're about to have a baby, or maybe their wife or whoever they're engaged with is pregnant. Just the thought of it, this imagination of it scares a lot of men. So let's quickly share with us, you in your own, from your own perspectives, the opportunities of being a father, quickly, again, because of time. And then I'll start this time. Let me start with KAFUI, and then we'll work our way up. Please.
Okay. So the biggest opportunity is to leave a legacy.
Mm.
So, and my father always used to talk about his father, and now I find myself talking about my father to my children. My father has been passed. He passed in 2015. But the things that he taught me are things that have remained with me, and I try
Right.
to pass them on to my
Okay.
children. So for me, the biggest opportunity is that one day when I'm gone, those who I have brought into the world,
Yeah.
will have something to
Okay.
base their lives on, and that's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's almost legacy.
Absolutely.
Yes, so you live
Absolutely.
on in your children. You live on in your children. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, because of time again, let's wrap it up. So I'll have you respond to this in addition to your closing remarks. Okay. This has been awesome, awesome moment. We wish we could have stayed on more, but we're working within time. So close us, give us your closing remarks, and work that in for us as well. Kofi, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I could hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Can you make it quickly for us? Your closing remarks, and please.
Okay. Yeah. At the end of the day, well, it is a joy to be a father, and just as my brothers, they have already alluded to, what kids are brought into their life, what they've been proud of. And if I'm to say it, I have too much to say because my kids are grown up. I shared one just a while ago of my son becoming a graduate of a class. All the four of them had finished their university. The last one is yet to finish, but now she had adopted something that she does on her own. That she's even a businesswoman. As I speak with you guys, my house people are flowing in and out to come and get. They are buying from her to go and give to their dad. whatever she makes, I don't know. But at the end of the day, to become a father, be on your guard, because your kids are your legacy. We all, your kids, see something in a dad that they want to carry forward. The girl wants to get married to a man, and he's looking for from that man something that the dad has. It could be daddy hardworking, how daddy laugh, how daddy is jovial, and that sort of thing. The boy also wants to pick up something, the character of the dad, how daddy behaves when a situation arises at the top that is heated in the house. How does he fight it? How does he go about it? So anything you're doing, like I said, before 18, you have to make your kids trust you, that you are their leader and they could trust you.
Okay.
Because whenever they hear your voice, they know daddy is talking.
Right.
So
Now,
that is how I will end it. There is a lot that I could have said, but I will end it this way. Okay.
Yeah. This is just an episode. We're going to be talking about parenting in the diaspora, and within the African community. So definitely we'll have you guys. Hopefully we can have the same set or some of you to be on the show. But thank you so much for sharing that, Kofi. Kanto.
Yeah. So like KAFUI said, I think the biggest opportunity
Can I
to
go
leave
now?
an imprint.
Well, yes. If Kofi has to leave, yes. Thank you so much, Kofi.
I have to
Right.
leave. I have to take the family to
Thank
somewhere
you very
for
much,
Father's
Kofi.
Day. So
All right.
thank you guys. And
Thank you.
the guy from London, I'll soon be coming
Yes,
because
right,
I
Kofi.
have two daughters in London. One is getting married. I'm yet to get the documents. So I'll be
We will be
coming.
welcoming you. We'll be welcoming you. We'll be waiting for
Okay,
you.
so
We'll be waiting for
yeah,
you.
I will tell Sina to give me your information when the time comes. All right.
Definitely, most
So
definitely.
Bye.
All
I
right,
will be
all right,
talking
Kofi.
to you
Goodbye.
guys soon. Okay.
All
Bye-bye.
right then. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, Alinko,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the greatest joy of a parent is to see them being molded on a bigger platform. Okay, like the legacy we're talking about. You want an endearing legacy that will leave trails that is bigger than yourself. You know, like they say, what is the proof of leadership? The proof of leadership is to create something which is better than you. Okay, so if we can do that, then we've won the game, we've won the race, because then greater ones are going to be following great ones. Okay, so for me, that's what I would say is the biggest opportunity. And then, if possible, there will be a bonus to correct some things that were afore, before. Then you can do that correction. You have opportunity to lay claim to something fresh, something new.
Yeah.
So it's like creativity here. So yeah, so that's the biggest legacy, I'll say. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Victor.
I think seeing yourself, just seeing yourself in this kind of like just your child, right? Like she does things and you show up in certain areas. So I think like very kind of selfish, right? You see that, right? And that makes you feel pretty damn good, not gonna lie, right? Right? But also like I started off with this kind of altruistic, it's a bond between my wife and I, right? And I think that like once kind of all the initial kind of response dies out, then you're together working towards something, right? Like it's your child, it's the star of your relationship. Seeing that star grow bigger and stronger and being able to take on the world is great. And one last thing, I think the biggest gift we can give to anybody, right? Doesn't matter your child or not, is the ability to navigate this world on their own. Meaning like having the intellect, having the ability to make decisions on their own, having the ability to weigh different pros and cons and get themselves in a favorable position for themselves, I think is the work, I feel like. So
Thank you so much for sharing, Eddie.
For me personally, is making sure that my children are in position to pay it forward. In the African American community, a lot of children are paying it back, and it is hindering them from having a better, brighter future, for their life because they're paying it back. But we should be paying it forward. We should be putting our children in position to be able to fuel the next generation that is coming behind them, instead of using what they have to pay it back or help pull their parents up or something like that. So that's what I want to do. And I'll say this last thing. Make sure that to all the fathers out there, make sure that you are providing, make sure that you know the difference between providing and loving your children or your child. Because just because you provide for them does not mean that you love them. To love them means that you are providing in such a way that gives them the opportunity, the clarity, and the fuel to make sure that they're successful in their time and their generation. Even though we're of an old adage, of how we were raised, but things are different now. So we have to make sure that they are equipped and that they're loved on as individual. I have three, so all three of my children, they can't be fathered the same way. They have different interests, different likes, different things, and different things they're supposed to do. So yes, make sure that you are loving your children and not just providing for them.
That is powerful. You see, as we get into the end, it's getting more exciting. I think due to the challenges from the beginning, we kind of missed on a lot of things. But one, and I know this is supposed to be your last words, but this thing just dropped in my spirit. And I want you all to please, quickly, a sentence straight up. Okay, response. Your greatest fear as fathers, right? One. And then what you love most about your wives, and how they help you as a father to becoming the best father that you are today. So quickly, okay, if you all want to respond to this straight up, I would really appreciate it. Who wants to
Let me go.
I'll let you go. Okay.
Yeah, so your greatest fear is you don't want your kids to have a misconception of who daddy is. Daddy's word, daddy's word is not his word. That's my greatest fear.
Okay.
Because it kills morale, it kills confidence, it kills everything.
Okay.
That's my greatest fear.
The one beautiful thing that your wife does to support you, that makes you the father, that makes you feel the father that you want to be.
I think my wife replicates me,
Okay.
and that's what I love. She understands my role and my function, and she plays her role and her function absolutely, wonderfully. And Alinko, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm in Ghana, I'm in Dubai, I'm in Saudi, I'm in England. I'm everywhere because of the nature of my job.
Yeah.
So if I don't have a strong woman who understands that she needs to hold the family together, then all my sweat might end up, being not. So for that reason, I thank God for the wife that I got, that she understands the holistic housekeeping, going to also help supporting the kids, etc., supporting myself, make sure there's peace at home, because you don't want to be fighting too, but the peace should be won at home, and the peace is good. So I thank God for that.
That is very powerful. Victor, quickly.
I think
Your greatest fear.
my fear is that she is unprepared for the world. The world is a continuous journey, and my biggest fear is she can't take it on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. My biggest joy, man, the chuckles, dude. She laughs, man. It is the best, man.
Okay. The chuckles.
Did I lose you?
Yeah, no, you didn't lose me. But my thing is
my battery died. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, so you can hear me. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. I think that's it for Victor. You can hear me. You still can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So, and the last one, I think, is the connection with my wife.
Okay.
It's this connection. We're able to storm the weather, so to speak, and we've had challenges up and down. I mean, and they come all kinds of sorts of ways, and the connection is the thing that keeps us together, right? And lets me know that I'm not alone in this world.
Wow, that's powerful. Victor. No, I'm sorry, Eddie.
I guess probably one of my biggest fears is just my daughters not having me around to raise them.
Mm.
That has weathered me through storms where my wife is my rock. So we've been married for over 15 years now, and so she has and is the glue. She is the back strength to hold me up in this marriage. And her love really pulls me through, especially when I am down or when I know that I have been the cause of a negativity or situational circumstance in our marriage. And she's still there. She's still pushing me through, and she's making sure that I'm equipped to go out each and every day to carry out the assignment that I have.
Wow, powerful. Eddie, I'm sorry, KAFUI.
Yeah, biggest fear, not being around to just equip them for life, because the times we're living now are so different from the times we were living in.
Yeah,
and then you wonder, hey, if I were to go, would they be ready to handle all this stuff? So that's a big fear. What I love about my wife, she's appreciative and she supports. And she's teaching them skills that I didn't learn when I was growing up. So my boys are all learning how to, every Sunday, somebody else has a turn to cook for the family.
Wow.
So today, and I'll send you a picture of what they cooked for me this morning.
Sharp.
My breakfast.
Sharp.
I'm telling you, yeah. So she's teaching them these skills every Sunday, and it's great. So today, this is your turn. You learn, you do the food. Then next week, you do the food. I never got that opportunity when I was growing up. So I love the fact that she's equipping them with these skills so that they can also become independent and take care of themselves and get new skills that will take them through this world. So I love what she's doing with the kids as well.
And cook for their wives when
exactly something that I need to learn how to do. So I've started. Hopefully I'll do something interesting one of these days.
So far, the only Igbo boy that I have heard that doesn't know how to cook, Charlie, my brother.
It's me, man. It's me. I'm letting the whole of the bottle region down. So
my gosh. At least we can.
At least I can do something small. But just before I go, I'm just looking at your names, and it's like you guys are my family here, because my father was called Victor and KWESI.
Wow.
And my elder brother was called Eddie and Senna.
Wow.
And unfortunately, they're no longer here with us, and so I think about them all the time. And then you guys all pop up, and you have all their names.
Wow.
All of you. So you guys are my family, man. It's just crazy. All of you, man.
It's a powerful and you know what? He was the last one that showed up. He's the last that showed up on the show.
Exactly. And then Charlie, I come and
finishing it for us.
Yeah. It tells you, Eddie, when you and I spoke before the show, you mentioned something. You talked about God doing something with this, right?
This is big.
And whatever we have shared here, as simple as you guys have uttered the words out, they are very powerful. They all have been very powerful. And I know they're impacting lives now. I know they're changing. Some lives have been changed based off the stories that you have shared. And we just want to celebrate and honor you for being for allowing yourselves to be in the positions that you are in now. As much as it is hard and challenging, you are enduring it, and you are prepared to endure it, because you said something that your greatest fear, most of you, I think all of you said the greatest fear is that it's for you not being around, even though it's not the easiest thing. Anybody that you meet as a parent tell you, hey, parenting is not easy, it's not easy, but you are staying with it and even looking forward to being there for a long time. And this is very, very, very admirable. I salute that. And I know that everybody listening is saluting that too. Let's take this quick point. I am so proud of you, this great fathers. This is from Rebecca. And this one is from Eleanor. Eleanor, and happy Father's Day to you all, inspiring men. We are blessed to have you. I know, this is Mrs.
Nice. And that's my auntie's name, Eleanor is you guys, this is just my father's sister. She's called Eleanor. I'm telling you, man, Eleanor. This is just crazy. So Victor and Eleanor are like my father and my auntie.
Right.
I better meet
Wow.
you in person this winter, man.
You need to meet me in person, man. This is just crazy.
Yeah, because
It's
Victor goes to
crazy.
Ghana often. You know, he comes to Ghana often.
Yes.
So
Yeah, let's hook up, man. And I'll go and show you Ellen. I'll go and show you my Elena, my auntie Elena.
Wow. Wow.
This is crazy. This is
This is crazy.
crazy.
This is
man.
really, it
It's
really
crazy.
is.
This is crazy.
But more than crazy is the fun, the blessing, the education, the inspiration, and motivation. I won't say and hope that we have gotten from everything we have shared today. All right. So on that, you know what? Let's get the juice of the day, which is this one right here.
Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to Uncle Randy and Uncle Sam and Uncle Gabriel and all the men in
Oh,
the
the
house.
house.
Happy
Happy Father's Day
to
to
you.
you. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray.
Hooray!
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
on that note, we want to thank everyone that has been with the Progressive Mind Show. The folks who have shared the feed, the one who did not share it, we are expecting that you do it that next time. But that is not okay. So somebody just came through with a comment. Let's see if we can get them. You know how people pop in last minute, and you know what I'm saying, like what you gotta do. I'm not able to check them out. Okay, here we go. Edwin TT Norte. Nice one, guys. Nice one, Eddie, for coming in. We have a comment in the chat room. Oh, okay. Yeah. Eleanor, Eleanor is my dad's Victor's sister. Yeah.
It's me,
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, so on that note, the Progressive Mind Show ends here. Next week, coming Wednesday, we will have the African communities leaders in Chicago to give us an update on what is going on post-COVID. Now that we're opening back up, we want to know what's up. And so please join us next week, Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. The Progressive Minds is the community building platform where we engage in dialogue such as this to make our communities a better place. And so we are so glad that you helped this episode to be a success. And I want to thank my great honorable men guests here, Victor, Eddie Sanders, Chicago, Victor says Chicago as well, ERNEST, KWESI, ADDAE, DARKWA. He always wants you to mention all four. I don't know why.
You have to. Royalty, bro. Royalty, man. Royalty.
Mention all four, brother.
You got to.
He's the only Ras Kanto. And then KAFUI there is a TV presenter in Ghana soon. I mean, and also the host of the Millionaire, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire franchise in Ghana. Coming up again. It says coming up this month or
coming this year.
This year. Okay, great. Hopefully we can get some of the excerpts and we can play them on the show. Hopefully we can do that. Right. All right, guys. Guys, I am so blessed to have had you. We hope that in the future we can do something similar. Maybe something about parenting and whatnot. But to that, on that note, I just want to thank you all again for being part of the show. God richly bless you. Remember, to whom much is given. This has been the Progressive Mind Show with your favorite host, Alinko. We shall see you next week, Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Bye-bye, guys.
All right,
Peace.
guys. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
All the best, man.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye-bye.